Hey, what's up, you guys? Dr. Brad here, faith-based performance coach for men. And in this video, I wanted to take the time to honor Mr. Chadwick Boseman, the actor who recently died at the age of 43, unfortunately from colon cancer, and to honor him by teaching 3 lessons that I've learned from him that I can apply to my life as a man, that I believe anybody who's watching this video would be able to learn some key principles that I've learned from him and really honor his life by extending his legacy this way. And so for those of you who may not know Chadwick Boseman, 43 years old, unfortunately recently died. He was the actor who played what most people recognize him for as King T'Challa in the Black Panther. He was the main character in that, but he's played in a ton of other movies. Every time he's had a character, or I should say most of the characters that he's played have been men of high integrity, such as Jackie Robinson, which is probably the first movie that put him on the map. So the amount of work that he's put in over the last 4 years, and to think that he was silently suffering during that time, and that what many probably consider some of his best work in the last 4 years, is simply amazing to think that he did that. And it makes me think, how would you live if you knew the clock was ticking? And I think many of us, if we knew that the clock is really ticking, which, by the way, the clock is ticking, we don't know when our time is up. But, having been diagnosed in 2016, there was certainly this feeling, I'm sure, that the clock is ticking. And over that time, it certainly seemed as though he was living a life that was, this is not about me. I need to get this work done because it's not about me, but it's for other people. And so I want to talk about 3 things that I've learned from his life, and to honor him in this video by teaching you guys the same 3 things that I learned. There are 3 quotes, or actually 4 quotes that I looked up, and some lessons that I learned from these quotes. And so we'll start off with the first one. And this is a quote by Chadwick Boseman. It says, "I don't know what your future is, but if you are willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it." And the main lesson I get from this is the only way to grow is with resistance. The only way to grow is with resistance. See, I believe many of us have some great goals that we're trying to accomplish. I believe every man who's watching this has some great goals that they're trying to accomplish. And many of us are meeting resistance along the way. But you can be encouraged, because the higher that we're trying to go, the more we're going to have to grow. And it's no different than being in the gym. And if you're trying to grow and get bigger, you got to put more weight on the bar. You got to have more resistance. And the more resistance, the more growth. And in order for us to be the men that we're trying to be in multiple areas of our life, that means that we're going to have to meet resistance along the way in order to grow. And so let us not just go through life, but to grow through life. And sometimes when we go through the harder part, we won't regret it, because who we would have grown into. The second quote that I got from him was, I like this one. It says, "When you pray for something, it can actually happen. And that is powerful." Men, we have to be men of prayer and hope. We've got to be men that can understand we can't do this life alone. We can't do it by ourselves. See, when we pray, we're saying that I need help. I can't do this on my own. There's no reason for us to get on our knees and pray to God if we don't feel like we need him. And so one of the biggest things that we can do is surrender to the idea that there is a God that we need, and we can't do it all ourselves. So we have to be men of prayer. And not just pray, but with hope, and knowing that he can answer prayer. And that, again, between what we do and what God does, big things can happen, but that it's not done on our own. It's our dependence on him that forces us to get down on our knees to say, you know what, I'm going to pray because I need you. And that's powerful. It's exactly what he said. He said, that's powerful. So let us be men of prayer and hope. And then the last two quotes, he says, the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. The last quote says, sometimes you need to get knocked down to understand what your fight is. Men, listen, a lot of us are trying to figure out what our purpose is. And our purpose is rooted in our pain. We're going through a lot of stuff, and this year has been a rough year, right? 2020 has been rough. We've lost some amazing people. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman started off the year with Kobe and just a lot of stuff with coronavirus and racial unrest. And so a lot of us are probably going through a lot right now and going through a lot of pain, whether it's financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever the case may be. And I'm here to tell you that, as he says, those struggles are meant to shape you for your purpose. Oftentimes we didn't even realize we were in a fight until we get punched and knocked down. But the blessing behind this is that through this pain, there is purpose on the other side. A lot of us, we're looking for purpose, but we're in the midst of starting to learn what it is by going through our pain. So I want to encourage you by saying, just keep going. Just keep going. And there will be purpose that will be on the other side of pain. All right, you guys, I hope these 3 lessons have done a couple things. One has encouraged you to be the best man that you could possibly be, and hopefully in a way to honor Chadwick Boseman, that this will extend his legacy, and we can all live as kings, which I believe that we all are kings. And so if this has been a blessing for you, if you've learned something, if hopefully you can apply this to your life, I want you to share this with other men, only for the sheer fact to know that this isn't about you. This isn't about me. This is about all of us being able to grow and hopefully being able to learn something from his life, but also honor him at the same time. All right, you guys, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys soon.